we get to hear about your favorite shrubs.
Yes.
You're going to be excited,
A few of them.
Just a few of
Just
them.
a few of
Just
them.
a few.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to play a little bit of favorites today.
Okay, well, let's play your favorites. Where you want to start?
We're going to start with Dwarf Yaupon holly.
I like it.
Okay.
Okay.
It is an evergreen shrub, so it means it stays green all year long.
Okay.
Nice backbone plant. It's native to the United States. It is the one holly that's withstood all the cold temperatures that we had here.
Yeah.
Where a lot of the other hollies defoliated and some of them died, this one stayed green. It's compact. It will get, if you just let it go, it'll get up to 6 feet or so tall. But if you keep it pruned, you can keep it pruned small.
Okay.
Whatever you want, whatever size you want. It's got small leaves on it, very adaptable to the soils in the United States. And it can withstand some moisture. Like we planted them out front here in our terrible draining front landscape. But it also can take drought. So it's a very versatile plant. And it can be in full sun to shade. Just remember, in full sun, the leaves will be smaller and it'll be more compact. In the shade, it's going to be larger leaves and less compact.
That's good. Okay.
But it still is a very nice plant. And it likes zones 6 to 10.
Okay.
So
Do they
that's a large.
produce berries?
No.
Okay, no berries.
No, this particular one, now a different form of it,
Okay.
that's the tall tree, yes, they do. But these don't.
All right, got it. Okay.
Second one, hydrangeas.
Ah,
Love
yeah,
hydrangeas. But they are deciduous, which means they lose their leaves in the wintertime. The nursery industry is going crazy with hydrangeas. They have been producing lots of different varieties. They're getting smaller and shorter and bloom longer. And so there's just a myriad of azaleas, hydrangeas to think of out there. And believe me, there's more than just the arborescens and the paniculata, but those are the two main ones that the hybridizers are using to make all these new shrubs for us to choose from. Very nice.
Yeah, I like them.
And they do prefer well-drained soils and a little bit of loose soil, not compact soil. And depending on the species, they like full sun or shade. And I have both. I have some in shade and I have some in full sun. And they bloom and do well equally in both places.
That is good. That's good. But you know what the major question is about hydrangeas? It's pruning.
Pruning, yeah, I know.
Right.
And a lot of, that's what I'm saying. They're really doing something neat with these hybrids. It doesn't matter when you prune them.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
That makes it a lot easier.
But during the growing season, the best thing I can say, the best time to prune anything is when it finishes blooming.
Yeah.
And because some of these bloom for so long, you're not going to be able to prune it until next spring.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow, how about that?
So yeah,
I like it.
there's a lot of new varieties out there.
Okay.
And I like to leave the blooms, the dead heads of the blooms in the winter, because that's nice winter interest too. It's just real pretty. But they are zones 3 to 9, so that's a large part of the country. Like I said, they're developing all these new ones. Very versatile.
Yeah,
that's number 2. 3, Abelia.
Yeah.
All of the Abelia species. They are evergreen except in cold situations where they end up being deciduous. So part of the country they'll be evergreen and part of them they will be deciduous.
Got it.
They can be a large shrub, but again, they've done a lot of hybridizing and there's a lot of short shrubs out there to choose from, a whole bunch of them. They are soil adaptable again. They can take moist soil, they're well drained to start with, and then after they're established, they can take some drought.
Wow.
Because a lot of them you see in street medians. And exactly, that's a hot, dry place.
Right.
Even if it has irrigation, it's still a hot, dry place for them to live. So they're very adaptable, and they usually have flowers all over them all summer long. So they bloom all season long. Once they start in the spring, they like full sun to light shade. Because now, in light shade, they will bloom less than they do in full sun, but they're still going to bloom. And they're in zones 5 to 9, and they've even developed one for zone 4 and possibly 3, which is called Sweet Emotion.
Sweet. Nice.
Yes.
Name. I like
nice
that.
name. Good name for it.
That is a good name.
But that's the Abelia. Then there is Ninebark. Physocarpus species. It is deciduous, so it loses its leaves.
Okay.
It is native.
Okay.
There are new varieties that are a little more compact because it can be a large shrub, and there's more compact varieties that they've developed that have beautiful colors all summer long, yellows and burgundies, and I have a burgundy one myself.
Okay.
It's really nice. They are adaptable to their soil conditions. They prefer nice, moist soil, but they will, once established, take some drought. The one I have has learned to live in drought because
So
I
it's
don't
learned to
always
live in
water
it?
it. Yeah.
Oh,
They
Lord.
all bloom in the spring, but they're very tiny flowers. They're tiny flowers. And they're very delicate looking plant. I really like it.
Yeah.
It likes full sun to part shade, and it is in zones 3 to 7. So that's another
3 to 7.
large
Yeah, that's-
range.
What the?
So again, very adaptable.
I like
nice
it
plant.
too. And it has the exfoliating bark a little bit.
If it gets old
If it
enough,
gets old
will.
enough, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
and the larger varieties, you'll see
okay,
that
I've
better
seen
in.
them. Okay.
But no, the smaller ones,
They don't.
mine has not developed that
Okay.
yet. Of course,
Gotcha.
mine is not more than 2 feet tall, so
Oh, okay.
it,
get
it may not, it may or may not do that. And then number 5, ornamental grasses.
I know you love ornamental grasses.
I
That
have
do
been
know.
in love with ornamental grasses since I discovered them in the 1980s.
Wow. Okay.
And so they can be deciduous, they can be evergreen. It depends on which kind of grass you have. They come in all kinds of different sizes and colors, and they can fit into any landscape. They're just gorgeous.
Wow.
They're soil adaptable.
Okay.
Some of them like moist soils, like the sedges and the acorus and things like that. And others like dry conditions, like the Mexican feathergrass. And he likes it's a desert situation. They like sun to light shade, and grasses to me mimic water in the landscape. They
the
rustle in the
movements,
wind. They move. They're kind of a vase-shaped plant, and just bring something different to the landscape. And I just love all kinds of them.
Wow. Now
Wherever I
I know
can
how
put
to
it.
excite Joellen.
Ornamental
Talk
grasses.
about ornamental grasses.
Yes. and
right.
they like zones 3 to 10.
That is a.
So it's a large range,
how about that?
all over the place. Just really, really nice.
Wow.
Lastly, I'm going to talk about my 6th one, which is Fothergilla. I'm talking about him because he's not well known.
Okay.
I like the Gardeni, the dwarf Fothergilla, because some of them get really big.
Okay.
It is native. It has new compact varieties that they're developing. It's adaptable to soil conditions. Again, prefers loose, well-drained soil, but will take some with drought once it's established.
Okay.
It likes sun to part shade, and it's considered a 4-season plant because it has beautiful blooms in the spring,
Okay.
has beautiful foliage in the summertime. The foliage then turns fall colors of yellows
nice,
and oranges in the fall, and then in the winter it has this nice twig pattern to it. So it's considered a 4-season
4
shrub.
seasons. How about that?
And it likes zones 4 to 9, which again is a large part of the country. So there's a Fothergilla out there for you.
So there's one just for you.
Yeah, and just with these 6 plants, you can develop a landscape for yourself.
Wow.
Because they have different size leaves,
Okay.
from coarse to fine textured. They have different forms from vase shape to round. Some of them are evergreen, some of them are deciduous.
All right.
All except the holly bloom during the growing season, which attracts pollinators to your garden.
Okay. There we go. All right.
Most are native to the United States, and they all have similar sun, shade, environmental conditions, so that they all need the same type of moisture and sunlight conditions. They can all live together in the same place. And most importantly, they don't have a lot of pests or diseases.
Hey, that was going to be my question coming up.
Yes.
So how about that?
Yeah, in fact,
It's a
I
win-win.
would say the hydrangeas would probably be the most problematic just because they're hydrangeas.
Right.
But they are trying to develop them with disease and pest resistance along with the compactness. So
That'll be good. I mean, because the major disease of hydrangeas is going to be Cercospora leaf spot.
Yeah.
For the most part. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But they can all live together
They can all live together.
in a landscape, and the landscape will look beautiful because it has all the textures and colors and shapes that you need.
And they probably all live at your home.
Yes,
in
they
your
all
landscape.
do
How about
live
that?
in my house.
A trip to Joellen's house. How about that, folks? To see all of her favorite shrubs. I think that's pretty good. Thank you, Joellen. We appreciate that.
No problem.
All right.